Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques. What's up, folks? What is going on, everybody out there? Happy New Year to you. 2024, Jacques. We here. Hey, man. Though the Titans stunk in 2023, I'm hoping things will turn around in 2024. I know it will be for me personally. And Jacques, you and I have talked, man. 2024 is going to be a great year, dude.
Oh, yeah. Them goals, man. I got my goals written down. You got yours written down. So hopefully the Titans got theirs written down, which I don't know. What we going to see? I mean,
man, Jacques, that's good, dude. I don't know, bro. I think they just going by fly by night, right? Just kind of
yeah. I think so too, man.
No, that's funny as hell, bro.
I'm just saying, man. Hey, they need to keep up, dog. Like, for real, keep up.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. It's not 1994, right? It's 2024.
Come
right?
on now.
Yeah, come on, Jacques. Come on, dog. Oh, man. All right. Well, hey, we want to say, everybody, thank you all for joining us on here on Bleacher Report. Those watching us on YouTube as well, we appreciate it as well. We got to, go over what happened yesterday with the Tennessee Titans losing to the Houston Texans 26-3 in an embarrassing loss. Jacques almost cut the game off, bro. That's just how lackluster they played. So we got a poll out there right now, man, as far as the Titans and the Texans as to why we lost. So, Jacques, I'm gonna ask you that question, man. So we lost to the Texans again, 26-3. That's terrible. Why? Why did we lose? Well, give us a reason why we lost to them.
Well, number one reason is your offensive line is trash. Okay. And again, I don't know if it's a schematic thing. I don't know. It's a combination of schematics, talent, everything, right? Paul Kaharski, shout out to him. He just tweeted or X'd or what they say on X now. Is it still tweeting? Is it tweeting X? I don't know, man. He put something on
X, formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah, exactly. And the biggest thing and pain point that I've seen that we'll talk about later, but offense is ranked 27th, dog. When your offensive line is not blocking very well, it makes everything else around it discombobulated. And the offense, again, is discombobulated. It's like they're stuck in the mud. They can't get out of it. It's like a loop. It's like we're stuck in some type of loop where we see the same thing day in and day out with the offensive line. And, again, I know people – the Texans are an up-and-coming organization again, right? Young talent. Will Anderson, I think, is that his name? Will Anderson. The end, he was killing it, man. That joke had 2 sacks back-to-back. Back-to-back, okay? I think they had a total of 6 sacks yesterday. And the defense just played with energy, and they played with tenacity. And offense is not matching it, right? Our offensive line, too, I'm going to add to this, just with the talent issue – and them not being schematically good, they're not, I'm not going to say tough, but they don't have that dog in them like Taylor Lewan or what's his name? Trent Williams from San Francisco. Those type of tackles, those type of offensive linemen, you need a dog in that particular position. And what I see is I just see them getting bullied. Like every other play, they're getting bullied. And I'm like, come on, y'all, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's been bred out of y'all. I don't know what's going on. Like you said, Andre Dill, I think you said it too, Hawk, is he's too nice. He doesn't have any aggression. I thought Peter Skoronski would have some dog to him. But as I'm seeing, I know he's a rookie. I can excuse it. But he doesn't even have that dog like that. So yesterday, they got bullied, man. They got literally bullied. I mean, it was a bully fest, man. And if any of the weekly family are into American bullies, like shout out to the American bully community. RP is my dog, but they got bullied, man. They look like a bunch of bullies out there that got bullied, okay? And so really the big issue with this game was the defense can only hold so much. I think the defense did an actual good job at holding what they can hold in the red zone and allowing specific plays. But specifically the offensive line, man, they just, to me, I think that's the single point of failure of why the Titans lost this game and other aspects as well. But I think if we're going to get to one pinpoint thing, offensive line, I mean, if you can't get anything going on offense, I don't expect the defense to continue to keep up what they've been doing. So that's me. What about you, Hawk?
Jacques, Facts, no paper, smoke, fire, 2024. Jacques already did it, man. Look, I'm going to say this, Jacques. To be honest, that's the answer. That's the true answer. It's the offensive line. It is. To your point, they got bulldog out there. It was embarrassing. I don't think I like any of the 5 offensive linemen right now. None of them. And, we resigned a lot of guys and those things. We drafted Skoronski. Skoronski's going to have to step it up next year, man, because you can have lack of talent, but you got a dog. That kind of makes up for things if I see you out there really pushing and things. I didn't see that. But I'm going to add this to this, Jacques. I'm also going to say even our scheme was bad yesterday. Okay, so you got Will Anderson looking like Lawrence Taylor out there, right? And you got a 4th-string left tackle out there. Can we get him some help, right? Can we get 2 sacks back-to-back, right? That's inexcusable. Can we slide and get some help with this guy? Can we scheme better? The Texans didn't even break a sweat in beating us, man. This was an easy game. For C.J. Stroud, he went straight to New Year's last night, man, doing this. Man, he didn't even get hit yesterday, bro. Now, Houston did leave with a few injuries, but they were more self-inflicted injuries, hamstrings, stuff like that. But it wasn't from us, right? I felt that we were outcoached. I felt that there was many opportunities for us to make opportunities happen. The fact that you had Will Levis out there getting hurt, that's coaching. You have Ryan Tannehill out there, you know what I'm saying, just looking like me out there. I think the scheme was just bad. And, I'm not saying Tannehill had a terrible game. It's just that, nothing was up. We only had 3 points at the end of the day. 3 points against a Houston Texans defense that's getting better, but you can score on them. You can go, you can throw in the middle deep to them. Their corners, Stingley's good. The other corner's been struggling. But I think, man, we got out coached, man, in all facets. To your point, our defense did play pretty well. They held as much as they can with a bunch of guys just out there. Harold Landry with some sacks. It's crazy. Harold Landry and Nico Autry, the only 2 teammates on a team that has double-digit in sacks. That's crazy. Nico Autry has slept in one of our best defense players we've had here in like 5 years, bro. For real. But I just think we got out coached, man. I really do. To be honest, it's the play of the offensive line. That's the answer. But I just want to add a little something else to it. Put a little pepper on it. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's my thought.
So we'll go to the next question here, Hawk. Now, we've had an inside discussion about this, and I think we both agreed on it. But what was your thoughts of playing Will Levis when the game is really meaningless and you don't really it has no meaning to it? What's your thoughts on that, man? Do you think that was a good idea? I've heard a debate across the Twitter space and Titans Nation and everything. What's your thoughts?
Ladies and gentlemen, Will Levis should not have dressed up this game. And we're not just saying that after the fact. We said that before the fact. Will Levis should not have played in this game. We're not going to the playoffs. Our season's done. You got Ryan Tannehill. You got Malik Willis. I understand Will Levis is probably the one that was pushing the narrative, right? Like, coach, get me in. I'm here. Come on, man. Let's go. I'm here. And it's like, Will, calm down. Relax. I know you want to play, but I'm the coach. You're going to do what I tell you to do. So to me, they wanted to put him out there. And we kept saying, man, what if he got hurt, dude? That's exactly what happened, right? Yep. A new injury at that too, right?
Yep.
We're talking about a foot. So I'm looking at it like this. Will Levis should not have been playing this game. You have nothing to win by him playing 2 more games. He only played 5 snaps and got hurt. So now it's like, well, damn, he got hurt. Now what, right? When you get hurt, you mess around and hurt yourself in the future, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody doesn't just heal 100% or come back the same, a la Marcus Mariota, right?
Yep.
So Will Levis should not – he has nothing to prove. Keep him rested. Keep him hungry. Wait till next year. You have a quarterback in Malik Willis that you could have played, or Ryan Tannehill. He got hurt. Now, of course, he's not going to play next game. Duh, because he's hurt. Will Levis should not have played this game at all. And again, I'm not saying this based on after it happened. We said this before it happened. Those are my thoughts. What about you, Jacques?
I 100% agree. And like I said before, we had an inside conversation about this before, like a couple of days before the game, and we both agreed, literally, why play him, right? And it's crazy, it's eerie how it played out. We kind of knew. We were like, man, if you play him, you're going to get him hurt. And the scary part about it is now it's a new injury. And it was an injury, too, where when he got sacked, it didn't look devastating. It didn't look like his ankle got rolled up. It didn't look like none of that. So when you have an injury like that, that scares me because it could be a toe, it can be a bone in your foot. Is it a Derrick Henry situation where his bone is jacked up, right? Now, like you said, you run the risk of ruining his not just his future, but his career because, like you said, with the Mariota situation, before Mariota broke his leg, Mariota was balling. Okay, he was balling, and it not only messes with you physically but mentally as well. To be honest with you, even with Tannehill, after he messed his ankle up, he's never been right since. Like literally, his mental has been just. He looks defeated. Okay, he looks scared. And to do that to somebody like Will Levis, he's fearful. Yes, he's young. When we're all young, we're all fearful, right? But then once you get beat up a couple of times and you get put on your back a couple of times, you get to thinking twice. And what happens is it messes with your mental so much. It messes with your ability to read defenses. You get the ball out a little bit too early. You get it about a little too late. You're scanning the field because you're scared somebody's going to hit you. That is the scary part about this. And for them to, like you said, Vrabel being the tough person he is, he's just he's a tough mental guy that in his mind, anybody should fight through pain, right? And it's like, okay, if we're going to fight through this pain, okay, that's fine. Maybe you can do that. But we're in a different time, different age, right? Everybody can't do that. Now, Will Levis is a different breed. He'll probably go out there with a broken leg and try to fucking play football, right? Excuse my language. But he'll try to go out there and play football, right? And that's the problem. That's the problem. It's like, okay, we got to save you from yourself. And if we can't save you from yourself, then we got a problem, right?
Facts.
Then we got to have a conversation. So it was the wrong thing to do. Now, that was, like I said, there was a debate on Twitter, on the Titans streets, Titans everywhere, that some people were for playing him. It was like, well, he needs to get enough snaps and reps. I've seen enough. I know what I know what I have in him. I know what we got, right? Why mess it up? That's like me getting a new Lambo, and I know I can't drive it all the way, but I'm gonna try to drive it today, and I'm gonna push it to its max, and I wreck the Lambo, and all of a sudden I'm out of $100,000 car, right?
Yep.
So no, it was strictly the wrong thing to do, and he shouldn't have played him. He just shouldn't have played him. Yeah. And again, we called it, Hawk. We foreseen this happening.
We did.
And now it's just the consequences we got to live with.
That's right. And we saw that based on our O-line. And shout out to the guy, to Tennessee T in the chat. Worst O-line I've ever witnessed. I totally agree with that. That was our concern. You know what I mean? That was our concern with Will Levis being out there, man, for sure. So this is a big question I'm going to ask. And in the poll as well, we got, should the Titans have played Will Levis? 100% said no. We totally agree. The main reasons the Titans lost to the Texans, 50% say offensive play calling. The other says Mike Vrabel. All right. So, Jacques, I have a big question. And for those that are in the chat, I want to know your opinion as well. Say if Will Levis has a big injury. Preferably he doesn't. Hopefully that's not the case. Should head coach Mike Vrabel be fired for putting his franchise quarterback in risk of danger, and it happened? Should he be fired?
Man, that's a hard question, huh? Man, should he be fired? You're making me think, bro. It's a fireable offense. It is. Man, Hawk, you got me speechless because this is a tough question, because if this is your franchise quarterback and it is a serious injury to the point where he's out probably part of the season, then yes, he should be fired, right? But it depends on the injury, right? It depends on how bad the injury is. If it's just a sprained foot or turf toe, which I don't know if everybody know this, but Will Levis suffers with turf toe. He suffered with turf toe at Kentucky. And that was one team that passed on him because of that, right? Is this a lingering injury from that? Maybe is it turf toe where he needs to have surgery, right? But I wouldn't fire him. But what I would do is this is a warning. This is your warning. This is your one warning. If this happens again, then we have to have a discussion. We're about to get you up out of here. I know there's a lot of people that want Vrabel fired. I know that. I get it. I do. People, I get it. I know y'all want this man gone. Is it a fireable offense? I'm going to say no. but it just all depends on the injury. If it's a serious injury, then we have to have a conversation. He would have to literally tell me, if I'm Amy Adams-Strunks or Rand Carthon, what's your backup plan? What's your contingency plan? What are you planning on doing since he's down, and we have a plan for ourselves if he's not this? What's your plan? If you can talk me, convince me, I got you. But to fire him, I'm gonna say no, not right now. But it depends on how bad the injury is. And I know I danced around that question because it's a hard question, dog. It's a hell of a question, Hawk. What about you?
So should Mike Vrabel be fired if this is a serious injury? The answer is yes for me, bro.
Ooh, yes. I see. That's the first time I've ever heard to say that, Hawk.
I know. Right.
That's the first, dog.
Yeah, I hear you. This is why I say this.
Ooh.
I mean, I like Mike Vrabel a lot.
Right.
And Mike Vrabel's been a really good coach here. And, I have not been on the scale of firing him now, right? I'm not emotional like that. Like, yeah, just fire him, right? And then there's no contingency plan. But if I'm Amy Adams-Strunk, I'm looking at it like, okay, did you see your offensive lineman practice this week? How did they look, right? Were you confident in putting Will Levis out there in danger to getting shot out there damn near, right? That's basically, he was out there like a lame duck out there. You got him hurt 2 weeks ago too, right? So this is a repeated offense here. And we're playing meaningless games. And because the offensive line is playing so bad, you have two other quarterbacks on your roster. You put him out there at risk. You did that, Vrabel. You did that. Now, maybe Tim Kelly's a part of it. I'm not sure. But this is on the head coach. And I really feel, and I might be wrong, I have no sources to tell me this. I think Will Levis is the one that forced himself out there. I think it was Will Levis. You know what I'm saying? Because even after he got hurt, he wanted to get back out there. It's like, idiot, just sit down somewhere. Go sit down. Will Levis, calm down. You can tell when people don't run the right routes, he gets upset, he gets mad. Like, he's really an emotionally erratic guy, right? Yes, he's going to have to tone that down as he gets older, because that type of, it's good in a way, but sometimes that has to be tempered. Just like all of us. You can't be hyped all the time. There's times you have to turn it on and turn it off. So I think he's like, man, I'm ready. Hey, Will, calm down. I'm ready. Tim Kelly, I'm ready. Mike Vrabel should be like, hey, bro, we have the worst offensive line group in the league. Like, we're number 3, I think, in as far as PFF ratings. We're number 3 in the league as far as the worst offensive line group in the league. And we've given up the second most sacks in the league too, right? So it's like, bro, like, I don't want to get you hurt, man. You gotta have to understand that, man. These are meaningless games. I gotta pull rank here. I'm gonna sit you down, Will. You can cry all you want. You can be mad. You can say whatever you want to in the press. I'm trying to save this franchise for next year. This is all about next year, 2024. So if he's serious, to your point, Jacques, there's a little sprain or something, cool. All right, fine. You blew a bullet. You dodged a bullet. Don't let it be anything where he's going to be out for 6 or 7 months, bro. Don't let that be the case, man. And we go into next year not knowing our situation at quarterback, that's a fireable offense, man.
Yep. You better have a contingency plan. That's all I'm saying.
Yep,
that's all I'm saying. Right. You better have a backup plan, bro.
That's right. That's right.
So this is a unique stat. I don't think we've seen this since I'm going to get to that in a minute. We're 0-5 in the threat of being 0-6 in the AFC South, man. What is the reason behind that? What happened? We were all wrong. Before you get started, we were wrong. We were totally wrong. I was wrong. You was wrong. I mean, we were all wrong. I apologize. But go ahead, Hawk.
So, shout out again to Tennessee T in the chat. Like you said, we all wrong. And we got a poll out there, by the way, y'all, as far as the voting poll. It could be all of them, right? All the above. We can't do a fifth option on our questions. But I'm going to tell you, to me, it's real simple, Jacques. It's the offensive line, dog. That's just what it is, man. In the years past, we said injuries, offensive play calling, special teams, all those things, right? I don't think that's the reason why we're in our situation as much. Not even Mike Vrabel. I don't think he's the big reason either. I just think that it's the offensive line play was so bad this year. And I gotta tell you, I gotta take a shot at Vrabel and Carthon on this. You signed these guys. You signed Brunskill. You drafted Peter Skoronski. You signed Andre Dillard. Dude, those are big misses. Those are big misses. I'm hoping Skoronski comes out. Skoronski in the offseason eats steel sandwiches and drinks oil and come back next year as a dog. I want to see that dog. You are a guard at the 11th pick. And you got size, you got skill. He's got it up here. He's smart as hell. But next year, he's got to come back with a dog. Outside of him, the other guys can go. Every single one of them. All of them. I could maybe keep Jalen Duncan and work with him. But my fear is, like you always say, Jacques, is the development piece. You got bodies there, but are you developing them? They might go somewhere else. Look at Kendall Lamb out there starting for the Dolphins, right?
He
got guys that, he starts. So you got guys out there. You got guys out there that might have some type of talent. I'm talking like Dylan Radins and those guys, right? But I don't feel we have guys that can develop these young guys. So since you don't have that, it's the devil that you know versus the devil that you don't know. We don't have developing guys. There's only two things we can do. We hire somebody that can do that, like a Mike Munchak or
Bruce Matthews.
Or, man, we get rid of these guys and just bring in a lot of free agents. We draft maybe 2 or 3 linemen in the draft. I'd say next year, 4 out of the 5 need to be different guys, man. You know, you even tendered Aaron Brewer, made him a higher contract. So it was an epic fail by the offensive line. I'm putting 80% of our problems this year on the fact that we just couldn't block. We just couldn't block. You can't run your offense. You can't block. It's gotten Ryan Tannehill hurt. It's gotten Will Levis hurt, right? It's got Derrick Henry looking like me out there running the ball. It's making Tajay Spears having to run for his life to get yards, right? It's on the offensive line, dude. It's on the line for me, man. What about you, Jacques?
I'm gonna let you have the offensive line. I'm just gonna actually go to just the inconsistency of this whole team, this organization. Okay. Again, this is something new. We have at least won in conference games in the past. You're running a slippery slope and a tightrope to where you can go 0-6 in the division. That hasn't happened since 1968. I think that's 1968 is when the last time I think that's happened to a Oilers or Houston Oilers / whatever Titans, right? It's never happened to a Titans organization. So with that being said, what I see is inconsistency in the fact of we've tried everything. We've thrown everything with the offensive line. Like you said, we turn around. You have couple of guys that can play left tackle. You didn't even try to put Skoronski at left tackle, right? You didn't even try to do that, all right? I know we were strapped for cash. I get that. I do. But getting creative with the draft, right? You didn't go out and get you a speed element or another ex-player that you can add to the wide receiver position. As to your point, you drafted Skoronski at the 11th pick as a guard. That's not conducive, dog. You don't do that. You do tackles and up. Left, really, to be honest with you, left tackles are the only people that should be getting picked in the top 10, maybe top 15 in the first round. Guards, second round below, right? So if that's the case, we should have waited and got Skoronski if we was going to play him at guard instead of tackle. Yeah, Paris Johnson out there, I think. You had a couple of guys, the kid that was with the Browns, that's DeJuan Jones or John Jones, I think, that played for Georgia, I think. Amazing kid, right? I'm going to start there. So, okay, the draft, free agency. Again, I understand the money aspect. Let's go to coaching, right? Nope, not consistent at all, okay? Not consistent at all, okay? Even the New Orleans game, when we was in New Orleans, offensive line played decent. Quarterback was trash, right? Offensive play calling is inconsistent. It's just a whole inconsistent mess with this whole just organization right now. And we're trying everything. We're throwing everything at the wall. Nothing's sticking. Nothing is going. And I believe that's why we're 0-5 in this division. You look at the other 3 teams in this division. Everybody is, 9-7. 9-7. Okay, we can break it down, right? When I look at the Colts, who have a rookie head coach, he's killing it with Gardner Minshew, okay? They're being successful with Gardner Minshew, dog.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay? Gardner freaking Minshew. When I see that, I'm like, okay, why is that happening? Whoever that offensive coordinator is, if it's the coach calling play calls or if it's the OC, you about to get a head coaching job because especially if they go to the playoffs and win a playoff game, that's number one. All right? Defensively, we've always known what the Colts can do. They're pretty solid defense when it comes to that. Let's go to the Jaguars, right? They're the beautiful pick out of the whole thing. They're the princess. They're the pageant queen and everything, right? They've kind of laid an egg, but at the same time, they still in the mix. You see what I'm saying? They still in the mix. They 9-7. They won a game yesterday, or 9-6, or whatever they are. They won a game yesterday. Now I look at the Houston Texans. Now I was totally wrong. Okay, I apologize. To the Houston Texans, because I had us sweeping them in our we do our schedule show, everybody. So if you're new to the show, we do a schedule show every year. We predict the schedule or whatever. I had a sweep in the Texans off the fact that I thought C.J. Stroud was going to be trash. But I was totally wrong. Shout out to D'Amico Ryan. Shout out to C.J. Stroud. Shout out to that whole team that you could tell they bought in. They have come together. They have done their thing. I see an organization that's trending up. And to keep case in point, D'Amico Ryan is a defensive guy. He was a defensive coordinator. But you know the difference, people? His ego is right here. So he's saying, hey, I'll coach the defense, but you got the offense. Do your thing, bro. I ain't interfering with nothing. That's all you. When I see the Titans, when I see us, we're all over the board. We got control over here. Everybody want to control this. He want to control this. He want to control that. We had a chance to bring in Jim Schwartz. We had an opportunity to say, you know what, Shane Bowen, we like what you've done, but you're not doing it enough. We're not going to fire you, but we'll put you in another position so you can coach, or you can sit and be a consultant or learn from Jim Schwartz while we're going to switch your roles. Jim Schwartz, you're our D coordinator. Down, you've done a good job, whatever, boom, 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 go over there, okay? That was an opportunity. Tim Kelly, I'm still up in the air with dude, but again, you had an opportunity to go outside the organization and get a better offensive coordinator. So when I look at this season in a nutshell, when I look at the conference and why we're 0-5, I see 3 other teams that got their stuff together. They're more consistent from an organizational piece, from a coach's piece. Hell, I even look at they were talking about the Houston Texans offensive line. They've had some injuries. Why are they not struggling like us? Why are they not struggling like us, right? When I hear injuries, talent. Hawk, I didn't know Lamb played for the Dolphins. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that. And he's doing good?
He's doing all right. He's starting.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Anybody check on Dennis Daly? Is he still in the league?
Not sure. Last
he better not be playing, and he better not be doing good.
Yeah.
So again, that's why I think we're 0-5, trending to be 0-6. We'll see, but that's why, Hawk. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating, and we see the same song and dance, man. Same song and dance.
Yep. So, okay, all right, cool. All right, we're gonna go to Twitter real quick, and then we're gonna open it up with the live chop up. Those on YouTube, again, this it won't go through on YouTube, so I mean you can chat. Just know they won't be seen. It's being seen here on Bleacher Report. So let me share the screen real quick. Jacques, man, let me see where we at, bro. Let's see where we at. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, so let's see what everybody's saying on the Tighten Up. We got DJ Tighten Up. Good morning, Twitter. Happy New Year's, everybody. Got a guy already working out. TK Okerle, Tighten Up. Cheese, okay, all right. Do you remember when we joined Twitter? Okay, yeah, them were the good old days right here, man, right? Those are the good old days. So, all right. So let's get to our live chop up. Hey, shout out to everybody that's in the chat right now, man. Hey, we appreciate it, man. Hey, once we pick the question that we want to answer, man, we'll pin that up on here, man, and we'll answer those questions. So let's fire up. We got about another minute or two. Let's get to it.
So I see Tennessee T said, all I can say is Amy has some soul searching to do. And there we go. Thank you. And strongly consider if she wants to keep Vrabel long term. He's been stubborn and made questionable moves. He's got all the pros a few years ago when we had all those injury players, and now it's just excuses. I agree 100%. This is why I'm adamant about not firing him right now, because let's see what he can do on his own. Remember, people, he inherited a lot of this team. He inherited a good solid team from Mike Mularkey. And now those pieces are gone. So now it's all the Vrabel show. You can't blame John Robinson no more. We can't use that excuse as a fan base. This is the Rand Carthon, really the Mike Vrabel show. So let's see how it go. Yeah.
Tennessee T, I totally agree, man. He has been stubborn and has made some questionable moves. Amy should think, she should do that in the offseason. 2 years in a row, we have not made the playoffs in a considerable weak division. This year, to me, there's not really a lot of good teams in the league.
Man, dog, man.
Yeah. But the one thing I give the Titans credit for is, except for this game and maybe a few other games, we have made a game out of everybody. Even the Ravens, who's the best team in the league, they barely beat us. So Vrabel has them playing with effort. Right now, we got to put some pieces, and Amy's got to say, hey, Vrabel, we got to do it, man. Let's go. So, yeah.
Thank the defense. It's the defense. Shout out to the defense, because even when we did get our butts kicked, it really wasn't outrageous like getting beat 56-2, right? It's always 23-27. We were always in it. We've always been in it. Unfortunately, this is a slow offense.
Yep. And our blunders on special teams. Special teams has been responsible for probably 2 or 3 losses this year. Special teams has been huge for us losing games. So,
but again, with the special teams coach, you fired him. And I mean, at the end of the day, I can only do so much as a coach. I'm like, I can coach you. I can tell you what to do. I can keep telling you. But at the end of the day, if you're not thinking, did you see Vrabel's face yesterday, Hawk, when he was like this? That's somebody
he's been like that all season. He's been like that all season.
I've told you this 3 or 4, 5,000 times, and it's not clicking. When that's not clicking from a leadership perspective, it's how you're delivering your message. They're not picking up what you're putting down anymore. It's just not happening. Okay. So you might need to figure out your delivery as a leader. Like, okay, maybe these kids are different from when I coached about 4 or 5 years ago.
Right. All right. We can go about one more question.
Coach Lay says, good teams figure out how to win. Bad teams figure out how to lose. You are 100% correct.
That's right. That's the difference between us being 10-6 right now. You know, literally, we could be 10-6 right now. But we suck. We don't have talent. We have a lack of talent versus other teams. That's why we lose. The bad drafts over these past several years has really impacted us this year, man. And those that have followed us over the years, I've been hitting hard on Jacques and I both when it came to the draft. I'm like, man, y'all don't feel it right now. Like y'all thinking everything's gonna be hunky dory as time goes on. I'm telling you, we keep missing on these drafts. It's gonna hurt us one day, and we're here right now. We're here.
Our mantra, what we say, build through the draft. That's what we've been saying for years, man. Build through the draft. And I'm gonna tell you something too, Hawk and folks. Think about this. If you notice how Will Levis plays, he goes for the home run ball all the time, right? Him and Tyjae Spears has his connection. It's a speed element to them. They have a speed game to them. The Titans schematically, they need to change to that. Traylon Burks doesn't fit this mode. I'm sorry. Nick Westbrook doesn't fit this mode, right? Will Levis is part of the new school. Tyjae Spears is part of the new school. He wants to throw that thing down there, and you need to get the right players in here to schematically fit this system, and we just don't have it. It just don't have it, man. We just don't. Not right now. Let me see. Champs, can we play Big Jeff more?
We'll go one more. We have to go one more question.
T. Kelly said, can we pay Big Jeff to play fullback? I mean, did you see the block he did early in the year? He can block too.
Yeah.
He got that dog in.
I expect Jeffrey Simmons to be a beast next year. He was a little bit better this year in some games, so I want him to be consistent next year. They need him, especially the fact that we're going to lose some players. You know what I'm saying, on the D line. At least that's what I think. So well, look, ladies and gentlemen, hey, we appreciate everybody listening to us here on Bleacher Report. Those on YouTube as well, we appreciate it for sure. You can check us out on YouTube at Tennessee Titans Weekly. Appreciate it, Coach Lacey. Check us out on Twitter, Titans Weekly 24/7. We're on Instagram at Tennessee Titans Weekly. We are on these internet streets, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that, Coach Lacey, man. Like he said, we're going to keep bringing that heat. And let's get to the Jaguars. And we got plenty of more Bleacher Report shows coming up. So just stay tuned, man. Just stay tuned. But we appreciate Bleacher Report for giving us this opportunity as well. We appreciate y'all for watching the show. Happy New Year. Have a safe New Year. Achieve those goals that y'all. If y'all ain't wrote no goals down, write them down. That's how you get to your goals. That's what the Titans need to do. Write them goals down and figure this thing out.
That's right. And for those that watch, check us out on Bleacher Report and YouTube. Share the content. You know what I'm saying? Share, like when we send out those alerts. Hey, share them out to folks, man. Hey, let them join. You know, we'll make them a part of the show as well too, man. So, well, Jacques, as we always say and as we always do, y'all can check us out. January 8th would be our next show. Facts.
No paper.